where do we always start, Belly? Before we get into this person, where do we always start? So
what we like to do is when we have guests on, we like to break the ice and get to know them a bit better before we get into the questions.
I would have thought it was warm enough in here.
It's very warm.
I want to ask Al as well before we start. How would you describe yourself?
Yes.
How would I describe myself?
You said you're a music producer, you run a cabin, but what else do we need to know?
A Liverpool legend.
Liverpool legend was definitely a stretch, but I'll take it.
It's Steven Gerrard, Cilla Black, the Beatles. Wow.
Yeah, definitely a record producer, songwriter, and more recent career changes involve me being a content creator and product reviewer, beta tester, and developer. I run a YouTube channel where the
voice cracks already started.
Sorry, I have been singing all day today, so that's gonna happen a lot. The USP for my YouTube channel is the fact that I write a song for every video, and that's it. So, at the time of filming, there's 53 episodes and 51 songs.
Did I not tell you that?
No, I don't think you did.
Sorry,
No.
lads.
Yeah.
When I described Al, I said you got a YouTube and you review products, but I forgot to say you do a song for every product.
Yeah, that's so sick though.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That must take like me. I think I've as a lot of people always do when they're younger. They go, "Oh, I'd love to write a song."
Yeah.
And then they try it, and it's just like, no.
Yeah, like you're speaking to a song
No,
machine.
but that's what I'm trying to say. Like that's very, very impressive. Like 51 different songs.
It's a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
What I will say is that those 49 out of the 51 are verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and bridges, so they're not the full thing.
Right.
But the last 3 are, and that's been really cool to kind of get into.
Because lads, when I've come in the studio before, because obviously I'm in only motel, I've told Daffy I don't want to beat it home anymore. Can't honest.
No, keep saying.
We record with Al, and like before we start, he always just goes like, "I've got this little tune here that's like on a video I'm doing, and it'll be a sick tune." And he's just gonna put it on a video and like to review a product, and most people are just gonna watch it for the product. Like, you're throwing the tunes away.
I'm not throwing anything away. No, they are what I call public voice notes. You know, so from July 23rd, I'll be releasing a single every 6 weeks until I stop doing that. Which is going to be pretty cool.
For 50 goes round.
I don't think I'll be doing it for 50 weeks. That's 300 weeks, is my maths right there?
Yeah, but
300 weeks.
50 tunes, though you're not doing them all, though.
No. Some of them are pretty bad now.
Oh, sweet.
Because obviously, like, once you start, you get better at stuff. And, like, I listen to some of the earlier things, and I'm like, did you have ears? Yeah. Are you sure about this?
The chorus is, "I love you, don't leave me."
Yeah. 4 times.
And then the verse is, "I love you, please stay, but don't leave me."
If it's all right with you, I would like you to not go.
But where do we always start?
So the icebreaker questions, as we say, we ask 3 questions just to break us in. Let's get the conversation flowing. So the first question is, what is your favourite sandwich?
Ultimate sarnie. We need to get to the core of Val before we get going on any combos.
Tough, because there's different categories, right? There is the public sandwich, the one that you buy from a shop, which is fine. Which in this country, that for me is a bacon and sausage with red or bacon with brown. Fine, never disappointed in those.
Oh, like a cob.
No, just
toast.
like
on toast.
Toast, man, toast. Cob's good when you are hungover.
Yeah,
that's a lot going on there in it to soak it all up.
Enough time as well to eat and really question your life choices, which is good. And then you have the greasy face to look at yourself while you cry
for hours afterwards.
So good, love that. Then there is the home sandwich category. That's a different beast altogether, because whatever sandwich I make at home is nothing near as good as what my mom can make. It doesn't matter. We can have exactly the same ingredients. Somehow she makes a sandwich that's just so much better. And like it always is like packed like hell. So in South Africa, we have these bread rolls that have got like cheese on top. And then it's like Peronaise, some kind of cold meat, whatever it might be. Cucumber, I'm drooling thinking about this. Cottage cheese, butter. Man, cottage cheese on a sandwich is a knockout. And I forget that all the time.
It's the first person who's broke sarnies down by fucking home bake. And fucking store-bought.
Because this is a man who understands the sarnie.
The sarnie, lads,
understands.
We've had some shit sarnies.
Okay, so bad.
Give us the ultimate though, lads. You can't pick 2 here.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon, mom sandwich. That's it.
What is that? Say it again. Repeat.
All right, so we're on for this one specifically. We have these garlic sandwiches, these garlic rolls. So they put like garlic oil on top, and they put that in the oven and it crisps, which is insane. Shit. Then roast beef, Peronaise, cucumbers, cottage cheese. mozzarella grated.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. I really want one.
That sounds good, man.
That
It's the bread, so the bread's like hot and got
Yeah,
like
man.
an oil
Okay.
crisp.
Oh
It's
my
got like
God.
oily, like not like oily, but it's like a little sheen of oil as opposed to the egg wash on top. And it's like a little bit of crisp with the softest white bread inside,
Wow.
dude.
That's
It's
the
insane.
best.
That's good, isn't it?
So, second question. Sam always laughs the way I ask this. You're feeling a bit fancy. You want to host a dinner party.
Mm-hmm.
The standard question, 3 people, dead or alive. Who do you invite round?
Oof. Steve Jordan was the first name that came to mind. He's the guy who plays drums for the Rolling Stones currently. No, sorry, for The Who. He produced the John Mayer Continuum record and the Battle Studies record. I just love listening to him talk, and he's like my number one biggest inspiration musically, so it would be a disservice to not have him around the table.
Continuum with Gravity on, innit?
Yeah.
Okay, it's an album now.
Oh, it's tough, isn't it?
So you've got one music person.
Yeah.
You're gonna bin the music now and go to other areas.
Yeah, 100%. Because then the whole dinner would just turn into gear talk. which
Yeah,
would be
it'd
boring.
be annoying.
Oh, what do you
Lads, he
feel
invited
about that?
Jesus.
Jesus would be cool, but I think like there'd be a bit of a gap there. There's a bit of a knowledge gap.
Bit of
you
a
know?
culture clash.
Depending on how you feel about Jesus, of course. The next person would likely be tough. Cleo Abrams. She runs a YouTube channel called Is it Cool If True or Awesome If True? Something like that. Where it's basically a cutting edge technology channel.
All right.
So her last episode was on quantum computing.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
And
yeah,
it was
okay.
her and Marquez Brownlee like going together into
two
this
of
thing.
Right, yeah.
She did another one with like how they've created nuclear reactors that can use spent nuclear fuel, which is like amazing.
She's
But
like
she's
a
outrageous.
tech content creator.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
mentioned there to me.
she's
like,
unbelievable,
Yeah.
What
man.
was
But
her name again? Because I'm going to that's defo one for the listener. Because
Yeah.
I watch YouTube all the time.
just type in Cleo Abrams
Cleo Abrams.
on YouTube and it will
Belter.
bend your brain, dude. She's amazing. And also the way that she edits and puts a story together. Like the best YouTube videos have like a 3-act structure.
yeah,
And the way that she can weave that much information into that amount of time is insane. Obviously, she has got a team with her. But like, I would love to, and also the thought of her talking to Steve Jordan at the same time. I think my
be
brain
quite
would,
cool.
they would just like orange juice would just come out my ears. I think that's it, which would be great. And then the last person, because I'm now thinking about the social aspect of those two and me, I think we can keep that going. I wouldn't want to put a stick in the
proper
works.
deep in it, lad. Everyone else is sick.
The last person, one of the Wright brothers.
Oh shit! Okay.
That'd be insane. Just saying to them, look, so you that's what you were doing,
Yeah.
and now literally we have a stealth bomber that looks like a boomerang, and like that's where we are now.
Can you imagine, man?
But who's the first guest?
Steve Jordan.
You're gonna go. Listen, I know you learned how to fly, but look at him shred on these drums.
No, but the thing is, like, I know, like, Steve is probably going to be a massive nerd about something.
Yeah.
And Cleo is a giant nerd. Or one of the Wright brothers. Or even, like, the thought of putting, like, Henry Ford into a Tesla and just being like, hey, feel this. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of thing where you have these 3 people being able to bounce off of the 3 main aspects of life. You have the culture, you have the science, and you have the optimistic, like, thing, plus me in the middle of all of this.
You know what though? That's the most thought out guest table we've had.
So last break the ice question is: what is the worst job you've ever had?
There's like 2 different answers to this. There's the long term, like, I wish I said no to this because it's changed me as a person for the worse, or there's the like monotonous kinds of jobs that I've done in the past. Some of the monotonous jobs I've done was unpacking and packing trucks again and again in my mom's factory. That was like one of the things. The other one was a job I thought I would really love, and for work placement, we got to work 7 days at a place of your choice. And strangely enough, there's a drum kit in this room there. And the place where I bought that kit when I was 16, this is winding the clock back to when I was 10, I wanted a job placement there because that's where all the cool stuff was.
The music shop.
Yeah, and I was like, this is going to be
So
awesome.
you've been proper into music since like
The age of
early-
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Kids would buy PlayStations and stuff. I'd buy snares. So I get this job, and I'm like, this is amazing. I'm basically going to be working in paradise for like 6 or 7 days.
Surrounded by gear.
Yeah. And I get there, and there's this guy called Gil Rejuveneri, and I was like looking up to this guy who's a salesman, and I was like, Gil, I'm ready to sell. And he's like, Alec, you're a child. You're not selling anything. What you will be doing for the next 6 or 7 days is building drum kits from scratch. So they get shipped from Japan in one box, and all the metal pieces are inside, and all the shells is like a birthday cake. And you have a screwdriver, and you have a drum key, and that's it.
So you were just locked in the back building kits?
Just building kits, man. By the end of that week, and now, like when this drum kit came from South Africa a few weeks ago, it's 3 days to polish every piece of metal, and I put it back together, and I was taken back to that moment of being like, I love drums so much, and it was such a huge part of my identity. To then, at the age of whatever it was, to be building them for 7 days was like, I never want to touch a drum kit ever again. It lasted for about 6 hours.
You turned up thinking like, I'm going to get to speak to customers. I'm going to be able to like, oh yeah, we've got these, and like proper like test guitars out, and like you got put in the back building
building drum kits.
That, just little baby out through the crack. Like,
I want to be out there.
See some dude shredding on a guitar, and he's going. You know what you mean? No, like building drum kits. I've been on like. And I enjoy building sites, but like there was some roles on it where it'd be like fill the skip.
Yeah.
And like the guys who will have ripped the rooms out will have just dumped their stuff on the floor because the skip wasn't there yet.
Oh, and there's such a specific way to build a skip.
And there'd be a mound of shit waiting for the young labour there.
Just to launch it in.
I remember clearing a mound of shit like as big as this studio, me and my cousin Ben, and it took us days to do it. But like, you know, I know what you mean, like just always rinse and repeat where you're like...
Mate.
Takes it out, you've done it in the end, just mentally.
Because also you know that there's no end. Like even if I built, like I think I could do two or three kits a day, but there were like 40 in this room. So it's like, it doesn't matter how hard you work. By the time you get to the end,
there's gonna
the
be
next shipment's coming.
Did you get bollocked as well?
No.
No, because there's always someone who's like, you can build it perfect, and they go like, oh, why have you put that on like that?
Yeah. I think Gil didn't care enough. I think he was like, there's this kid doing something that I'm not going to do.